The madman! Ugh, it's a value hand? Ravenous Pterodax will be really good if nothing bad happens here. And something bad happened. Ravenous Pterodax is... ugh, no, that's not a good play anymore. Depends on how... tempo-y I want to play. Can use this as a 4-mana, deal 2 damage. We are the tempo.
Join or die, or both.
Oh.
By the holy light! I'm not ready. Extraordinary. Reporting for duty.
Aha. But did you expect me to somehow clear this board?
Thank you.
Feeding time isn't bad, but I want to combo that with Pyromancer.
I wonder.
We're definitely going to follow a game plan of outvaluing the opponent here, which might imply tap, but probably implies we just go double Stonehill.
Out of my jungle. Out of my jungle.
Ooh, that's the value card right there. I haven't drawn Midnight Drake yet. Let's see, I have 8 cards in my hand, 9 cards, 8 cards, 10 cards. So I will need to play a few cards.
Shall not fall. The light protects me.
Reporting for duty.
Thank you to chat for letting me know that this combo might not be great. I was trolling, right? I was trolling. I was like, wow, this is so good to deal 1 damage to everything right now. Wait, actually it might be the right play still.
Almost out of time. Go away. Go away. What we do.
Wow, this value. Too much value. Is there such a thing? It's 4 mana, draw 3 cards. But I can't hold 3 cards. So I guess there is such a thing as too much value.
Almost out of time.
We're going 6-3. I do want to play this next turn to draw the Midnight Drake before I draw the Midnight Drake.
Let me.
Midnight Drake is patches right now.
Follow the rules. Reporting for duty. I must move quickly.
This is too big for that right now. This is just right. And then do I go Feeding Frenzy? Yeah, I think so.
Farewell.
I definitely have to be careful because I've drawn all the big cards from my deck. A lot of them are in my hand.
Reporting for duty.
but Thar is definitely a danger in possibly drawing all the cards and not actually being able to win with them. That's something that could happen. That one? Yeah.
Reporting for duty. Thank you. We must move quickly. Thank you.
Draw 4. Okay.
Join or die, or both.
Actually, that into that.
Do not.
Just draw 3. No, still draw 4.
Put your faith in the light.
Nothing scares me. Except mice.
Do we have lethal? Damage on the board after I cut a divine shield is 22. 10, 14, 18, 21, 4, 8, 9, 19, 23. So in order to lethal him, I have to kill this without using any units. I don't think that's actually doable. I might miss, but this thing is actually putting in. Oh my gosh. It was a really interesting puzzle, and I think I might have missed lethal, but better to set him to 1 than miss like 20 damage. Volatile Pyro Shadow Bolt. Let's see, Volatile Pyro Shadow Bolt. Didn't I only have room for 1 guy on the board? I think I only had room for 1. And then he had to give a guy Divine Shield, so it was tough to manage to do both. That's an interesting lethal puzzle, which I'm not sure if there was lethal still? Wait, did I have Dread Inferno and... Oh no, because it gets the Divine Shield off and then it just puts it back on. I mean, that's the same thing for everything. Oh no, I drew Dread Inferno, that's right. But it didn't even matter if I Dread Inferno, since I Dread Inferno and then I Shadow Flame it. Wait a second. Oh no, but then the Divine Shield would have gotten back on Tyrion. Gastro Defender Pterodax. I don't have that many 4-drops. I'm willing to keep the Pterodax and assume that either it eats nothing and it's a 4/4, or it eats like a damaged Stonehill Defender. And even if it eats Stonehill Defender, that might not even be bad. And I probably will get some better. What the? Grand Tournament? Wait, that's... I guess, this deck is wild. So there's no cards from Unguro. I think it's only Unguro, right? It's only Unguro. Alright, I have 2 6s already. Definitely not playing Fellhound on 4. Felguard wouldn't be played for a while, but might still be better than Wrathion. I'll choose Wrathion. He might have a Jade deck. Although, we don't know if he has Mean Streets of Gadgetzan in his deck. Unless Bomb Squad was from Mean Streets of Gadgetzan. I think Bomb Squad was from Mean Streets? The trivia, yeah. That's from Mean Streets. Alright, so it's a deck with mainly Mean Streets of Gadgetzan cards. This card's really good with Taunt Totem. But, unfortunately, it's still the best play. And it's actually this card I should kill. Because otherwise, I can't 5 it. That card is wild. Do I kill the spell damage? I don't think it does matter.
This piggy's going to market.
All of my cards can deal 5, so better to kill that one. And play big guy, big slow guy.
You command.
I don't believe there's a point to dealing 1 damage to this card. It would have to be exactly drawing Pyromancer and then using Shadow Bolt for that to matter. First that spell damage. So we've got Feeding Time Pterodax combo. That's on 9. I also have Chemist Feeding Time combo, quote unquote. This should be good, 6-5 against 2-6. We want to avoid playing this while he's got that.
So many possibilities.
Need to start collecting value.
The gates are open.
Wow. Sweet.
Delicious spider ichor.
Oh.
Delicious spider.
Interesting. Does that mean he's not sniping me? Wow, the setup though.
For Blackwood.
Oh! Or maybe he perfectly plotted to get me down to 15. I don't know. Alright, so Flame Imp I'd want to discard. So, ditto the Pterodax. I might play Fellhound. Definitely want to play this card though.
I must remain hidden to be free.
Okay, that's a combo. I no longer want to discard all this stuff. I think I can take this damage.
I'm unstable. What to do?
Huh. 6-4 became 3-5. 4-5 became 3-5. I lost Volatile Elemental. And 3-2 became 2-1. It's actually not that bad.
Spells are fun. So fun. The end. Down.
Okay, He is running low on cards. All I have to do is get past this obstacle of the 9/6. And then his 2 more cards.
Get 'em, boys.
Okay. We're looking for a Shadow Flame. Shadow Flame is the beast right now. Alternatively, what else? I don't think I can get 2 spells. Yeah, alternatively, it might be possible to just win without any help. Also, just with taps and power.
Down!
I could just win with playing random things.
I smell blood.
We're getting there. Pretty close game. Ooh. That's actually not very good right now. Do I tap and go down to 4? Opening myself to Jade Lightning. I think we do. I can't kill him fast enough. Okay, that's pretty good.
Down!
So, the benefits of using Shadow Flame, they're actually pretty limited right now. I won't do it right now. Do I tap one more time?
Side effects.
Ooh, Mistress. Okay, well the answer is definitely yes. Oh. Well, okay. I believe if I Shadow Flame my Wild Pyromancer, I don't have the 1 damage go through. I'm gonna just bank my knowledge on that. It's pretty certain. League of Explorers.
It's time for a little blood.
So that Hellfire is pretty critical.
Out of my jungle!
Whoosh. Critical Hellfire.
Ready for action!
So we can bash down this Footman if I want to. Ooh, Dread Inferno. Yeah, that seems good. There was this option to stop the bleeding. That would have died horribly to Deadly Shot. The bleeding is definitely pretty severe right now. We're going down to pretty low. I was gonna just play Dread Inferno, but 11-8-6. I don't think I can win from that situation. We'll go Feeding Time, Voidwalker. That stops the bleeding.
Come to me,
So 1/1 drop. I think this is the turning point where the opponent will have to use the steady shot to kill me, since I'll have a Tarlurker and a Defender and a Gastropod, and I have removal. It's possible to clear, but it might just be better to taunt. I think it's actually not worth it to trade these 2 into the 1/2 also. Get slightly punished by a Murloc, since the Murloc can then kill the Gastropod, but that's not that common. I don't believe I can realistically tap anymore.
So many possibilities.
Trying to use our mana as efficiently as possible. Let's see, this is a 4/7, so no point in sending these guys in. So I'll pass from here. There is a point to diminish the doggies, but I will let her stand. That turned out to be pretty good for me. As least bad as I could get it to be, is what happened there. The wall is up.
You call that a weapon?
So many.
I've almost finished the Taunt Warrior quest. I deal 9 damage now, put him at 12. And then I have 4, 7, 12 on the board. That seems like my highest chance to win here. And it looks like I have a pretty good chance of winning. That's the best discard result. So next turn, all I need to do is draw 1 minion that's 2 attack or less in order to get through the taunt and have lethal. Two attack or more, I think I misspoke. I'll do it. Oh no! What? No, that's not true. That spawns another ooze. Yeah, well, I still probably win. To most things. Do we Shadow Flame the 4/2 taunt or the 5/7? The taunt might actually help against a lot of the charging things. Use the 3 against that. I deal 4 to his face. This goes down to 8. Oh, and I should definitely do this first. No, I shouldn't. Oh, well, good enough. Since I have the coin, the pyro is better than usual. I should think about keeping it, even though I won't be coining out one of the 2 drops. But maybe it's got some flexibility with the coin of just being a good 3. It's like Twilight Flamecaller, basically. And the first one is just gonna get traded, possibly. The opponent's playing a really fair 2-drop and 3-drop. Fair is like slightly below average. Well, that's a very weak turn 4. They have a weak turn 4 too, but not as weak as his. I was deciding between Pyro Tap and just playing the 3, but not Stonehill Defender due to the taunt situation. Tentacle Power. So I have the Hellfire possibility. If I don't take it, I risk quite a bit. Stubborn Gastropod is really good, other than exactly Potion of Madness, which is a problem. We're going to slightly gamble.
Out of my jungle.
On the basis that at this moment in time, the Potion of Madness isn't that bad.
To Northrend!
That went well. So the opponent's running low on cards with only 5 to my 5 and a 3-2 on the board, and I've got some good late game stuff. And I've got my hero power, which is outscaling his a lot as we go further in.
Drink the power.
I don't want to go Bog Creeper quite that fast against Shadow or Death. I want to bait it with like a Booty Bay Bodyguard. Interesting. Do have to watch out for the mind control too. I was going to booty tap. Tap that booty. Ooh, ouch.
Delicious spider ichor.
Hey, 4-7. Meet despair. This would probably be a good enough card to mind control. Wow, swag order right there. Proper order. It would be really easy for people to just play the Dragonfire Potion and then the Midnight Trick. Especially since that was taken from Thoughtsteal, but he actually thought about it. A true 10-win Priest player.
Shall not fall.
Dread Inferno seems really good at first glance, but every single one of those minions is 3 attack. So I think we're doing the Shadow Flame and the Cyclopean Har as originally planned.
I'll take him out.
Out of my jungle.
This Priest has some really big stuff in their deck. They've been playing 5+ mana cards for a while, which is why his hand has not really shrunk down too much. Ooh. Nice. I'm sad about like wasting mana on this turn, but this and this go together, so alright. I guess I could have just Shadow Bolted Bog Creeper there. But I guess my initial instinct was I could find something better. So many charging Devil Swords.
Truth is my shield.
Ooh.
Dares summon me.
The order was fine since the card I wanted to keep the most was Lakari Fellhound. That must mean he doesn't have any further burn in his hand or probably his deck. So we can tap freely here. Even if he had Mind Control. Well, not necessarily. Mind Control probably would have gone on Doomguard to double trade there.
Change your mind.
I think I'm willing to go down to 5. Yes, he did just show me a Holy Fire, but it's unlikely for there to be 2 sources of deal 5. But when I look at the remaining cards in my deck, they're all kind of weak. And honestly, I'm like really close to fatigue. I guess we'll just not tap from here. I'm also thinking about just making 3 guys, but I'll pass. If the cards in my deck were better, I would have tapped there, but they're kind of weak. Definitely would have Dragon Fired if you had it. 8, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, I'll play this because it actually moves lethal up a turn in theory. Pretty unlikely, but
I'm unstable.
could actually happen. I wonder what he's been holding on to though. Oh, Mastis. Oh! Alright, we need to tap into Lord of the Arena.
I'm almost out of cards.
Ah.
Why do you fall?
Unfortunately, he can't misplay himself full loss here, but it's easy to miss lethal.
Well played.
Yeah, I want to go for a better 2-drop. There we go. I have two cards that I cannot draw if I pick Lucari Fellhound, which are Lucari Fellhound and Doomguard. I'll take that one.
Out of my jungle!
Huh. How greedy are we? I'm not gonna Shadow Flame. That's ridiculous. Nor am I going to Hellfire. Don't let Doctor 3 control your dreams.
Living high on the hog!
It's an interesting decision. He can choose to trade into the 6-3 or he can go for an evolution. I hope he gets punished for this somehow. Yep, 3 damage and every bit of free damage you can put on your opponent, especially if it's 3, is pretty good. Random note about the English language. It's really dumb how 3 and free are so close to each other. That's always annoyed me.
Time runs out on me.
Someone should change that.
The gates are open.
The more I talk with these European girls from Europe, the more I realize that America's got some weird stuff going for it.
Time runs out on me.
You love my new recipe. An autograph? I suppose.
Alright, so that is a Primordial Glyph discovered card. It's gonna be either this tap or this tap. So I guess I should tap first.
So many possibilities. I'm warning you. I'm unstable.
Time runs out on me.
Truth is my shield.
So we have to imagine it's something to do with spells. This seems like a good way to start.
Don't mess with me.
So Hellfire is good. Could get counterspelled. It wouldn't be that bad if it got counterspelled. But why even use Hellfire? I'm using Hellfire to kill a 2/2. Kinda seems dumb. But it's good if I get counterspelled. No, I'll just double sword. It's a shame that it hit that one with the RNG. The introduction of Mana Bind really threw a wrench into testing for counterspell. Because I'm pretty sure it has something to do with spells, but I can't just cast Hellfire because it could be Mana Bind.
Time runs out on me.
And then I have to think about if the Hellfire is actually bad if he gets it, if it is Mana Bind. Something along the lines of what is the worst card to give him. Seems like this is a good time to Hellfire. And if Hellfire fails, Shadow Flame seems good. Wow. I also could not Shadow Flame now, because it is only 3 2/2s. It's really not pressing enough to do yet. We'll just play the 3 and the 3 instead. Wait for him to put more stuff out to Shadow Flame.
Out of my jungle.
Booty Shadow Flame, capturing an extra 3/5. That's solid. And if he's deciding to play around AoE, then that's fine. I can just play good old Sogoth. Oh, it's a mix. We play good old Sogoth. Good old Sogoth looks like it trades against everything. And I know he has a 1-mana 1/2 in his hand, so he's almost out of stuff, so Sogoth should finish him. So I'll just do the AoE now.
Get behind me.
And then I think the Sogoth gets him. He probably top decked an Elemental Lover. It's gotta be an Elemental Synergy card, right? If he held this for so long. Yep, Blaze Caller. Blaze Caller is kinda vicious. Oh, that's one of the cards I hope to draw. And I get to decide how greedy I want to be, because we can take this deal, or we can take this deal. This deal is extremely greedy. This deal captures the value immediately. And there's also the question of do I want to play Flame Imp or not. I think I do want to. Given that the worst case is Meteor, and that 1/1 is actually very relevant since I have the Flame Imp, we'll play it greedy. It is if he does have Meteor in the worst case. I've got the Shadow Bolt to finish that thing. It's a risk, but I don't think it's as low reward as it looks, because it basically allows me to have a 3/2 on the board. In most circumstances. It turned out that 1/1 was really important. There were like a few cards that punished me, including Volcanic Potion, Blizzard, Fire, Flame Strike, and Meteor. But the opponent only had one card in their hand. Isn't that interesting? He chose not to trade. That's actually very interesting. Like, he always could have done this, so unless I think that's a mistake, I should do this, because he knows more than I do. But I do have 2 taunts. It's impossible for him to get past it, so I will let him make his quote-unquote mistake, and I'll decline his lack of trade. I'm sure he had some good reason not to trade, but I also had good reason not to trade. I think if I didn't have the second Tar Creeper, I would have traded.
Where shall I strike?
Time runs out on me.
This I will trade out now, though. And we'll play around his silly Pyro. This is actually the right positioning, by the way. Well, yes. It's worse against Cone of Cold, but it's better against Meteor. It's not actually better than Meteor. It's not actually better against Meteor, because he could always kill this in Fire Blast.
Well played.
Well played. Some days it was going to be well played in the wrong direction, and it would have been sadness. But hey.
Well played.
Vroom vroom.
Our path is clear!
Final boss Mage. Let's go. I had no idea this deck would make it this far. But it's got just the right amount of basics. And apparently Taunt is a lot better than I thought it was. I think I give a lot of credit to the Tar Creepers and Stonehill Defenders for getting me this far. And it's not Taunt is pretty good, it's minions with decent basic stats are pretty good. And even though there are a few ones that are bad, at least with the Warlock hero power, we can sift through them faster. It's gonna take forever for me to play Fellhound if I'm playing it last. If I get polymorphed, it's not pretty. Because it seems like feeding time is so important to cast next turn. I'll wait, I guess.
Extraordinary.
I'm ready to learn.
So in the other world, the Kari Fellhound would have gotten fireballed and this would have traded in. Wow, you didn't trade against this. That was a good way to deal a face, which I'm not sure I would have done.
Must be a way. Brothers, heed my call.
I think we're going this card. The rest of my hand doesn't look very good. This card's garbage. This card is currently garbage. I don't really mind discarding the 2s also. So I shouldn't play this card first. And it's okay if I discard Volatile. Or Pyro. Or Cyclopean. So it's like a 50-50 of good cards in my hand. That's really good. I'd rather play a 6/6, yes. Or a 4/4 draw a card. I want to test with the Voidwalker. I actually do not want to Kooky Chemist, but I guess I'll play this then. Alright. Third Fireball. Huh. We are getting to the late game, where I can tap.
Brothers, heed my call.
It's a pretty good Shadow Flame, if that's not exactly Counterspell. But if it is, then we feel the pain. I think I should imagine that it is, as that's the most common spell. Secret.
This piggy's going to market.
So I can either have a 1/5 or a 4/2. We want a 4/2 instead.
When Earth moves, empires fall. Extraordinary. It's time
That's good. Ideally, it's also not counterspell.
Oh my. Oops.
If only I have a way to deal 1 damage here.
Well played.
This is going to be set to 4.
Time for a lesson.
Tar Creeper, I guess, into Stonehill. No, it makes some more sense to do this first.
Out of my jungle.
Oh my. Time for a lesson.
Everything having Taunt is actually not very good here. And I think we do need to keep aggressively tapping. There's a few really good top decks I can get right now. There's Feeding Time and Hellfire. And Shadow Bolt. Does that count? It's one of the less good ones.
Almost out of time.
We're not gonna win the game unless we tap all the way down to like I think I need to tap 1 more time even. Because otherwise I'll eventually lose to the board. Oh.
Time for a lesson.
It's good from the sense that I actually needed to hit exactly those, otherwise I lost. Well, if I play these 2, I always lose the Lore of the Arena, the 9-3, so I should play this one and hopefully get that one too. Yes. I think we need to gamble somehow? I think it's this and that. Otherwise this kills this for free and I have no way to kill the other thing back. Yeah, we're on a clock from the 4 turn of Fire Blast as well as him top decking damage whenever, but that Harvest Golem would have eventually gotten me too. Oh. Alright.
Time for a lesson.
We did really well with this deck. Wow.